Hello everyone. How's everybody doing today? It's Tuesday, February the 17th. It's another beautiful day here in Las Vegas in the 70s. Sunny, not a cloud in the sky, just gorgeous. I know it's freezing cold out there, out east and in the Midwest. Guys are getting pounded with some cold weather, huh? All kind of cancellations the last several days and all that other stuff to deal with. Well, I don't know. I don't know how anybody can put up with it, but I sure couldn't anymore. Had enough of that. 48 years in Chicago. But anyway, it's Tuesday. They canceled the races on Sunday at Balmoral after the first race due to technical problems and the lights going out, and they just canceled it up. It was freezing also. They blamed it on the cold weather, their technical problems and stuff. I doubt that highly. We raced when it was back in the 80s when it was 50 below wind chill at Hawthorne. We raced. We had no technical problems. The lights didn't go out. We didn't lose the video feed, the signal, or nothing like that. So, you know, they got all kind of excuses why this happens and that happens. But, you know, obviously, it's either something's not right with the old lighting system, outdated, or whatever the deal may be. And then the horsemen lost another days of racing. But anyway, it's Tuesday and they canceled Sunday, like I said, so I figured I'd stop by today since there's nothing going on and we got to wait till Thursday to get some harness racing in Chicago because those other tracks aren't worth betting. Yonkers racing on a Tuesday afternoon. How could you race on a Tuesday afternoon? Who's betting horses on a Tuesday afternoon? They don't handle any money at Yonkers now when they race at night, let alone in the afternoon. And you know what? Let me look at these pools. I'm just curious. Let me click on here real quick. I'm going to see what they're handling today at Yonkers in the afternoon, since they like to race afternoon races on a Tuesday now at Yonkers. It'll take me a second here, and I'll have that info right up. Okay, here it is. First race, let's see what the pools were. Well, let's see. 10, 19, 26, 27, 28, 29, about 35,000 total they handled in the first race at Yonkers. 35K. Let's look at race 2. Wouldn't you know it, a call coming in? You know what, we'll just send them right the voicemail. We don't need to be interrupted with that nonsense. Anyway, race 2, they handled 10, 27, 30, 37, 40. Okay, 40,000, race 2. Race 3, 10, 20, 30, 37, another 40,000. 19, 20, 26. About 27,000, race 4, handle drop. I guess they started busting people out or something. I don't know. 10, 20, 10, 25, 32, 35,000, race 5. Race 6. Oh, handle picked up here on the exactas and the tries. 45, 46. They handled 50, a little over 50,000 in race 6. So I guess they're not doing too bad on a Tuesday, huh? All right, we'll give them credit for that. I thought maybe handle might be down on a Tuesday afternoon. But then again, let's click on and see what's racing. What people have to gamble on a Tuesday afternoon across the country, whether it be harness or thoroughbreds. Let's just see what's provided here. Give me a minute to click that information on, and we'll see why people are betting on Yonkers. Okay, so today's racing in the United States of America. Thoroughbreds have Louisiana Downs, Sam Houston, Turf Paradise, Parks Racing. All right? Now, there might be a couple more, but on this information I have. Dover Downs races today, Monticello this morning, Northfield tonight, Western Fair in Canada, and Yonkers. So hardly any harness tracks. So there you go. Limited racing on Tuesday. Nothing for me. Nothing for me until Thursday. But anyway, I have to wait till Thursday, so I figured I'd stop by and do a little recap, a quick recap, not go through all the results again for Saturday night, just to let everybody know how the DNRS numbers went for myself, my DNRS 2015 wagering syndicate, and those who became DNRS members that are allowed to purchase the selections. We'll see how they did on Saturday for that group of people. Well, I got to tell you, pretty darn good. How much better can you get than this? Top-rated winners out of the 12 races, 5. Second-rated winners, 6. Out of the 12 races on the card Saturday night, DNRS, the winner, came out of my top 2 rated horses. 11 out of 12 races. Don't have to go past the top 2 rated to see the winner. What can I tell you? Now, as far as the gimmicks go, with those 11 top-rated and second-rated winners, 8 exactas and 7 trifectas. Didn't even look up the supers. Sure, I had a couple of those too if I had that many tries and exactas. But there it is. How much better can you get than that? Now on Saturday night there at it was freezing cold, I guess, out there in Chicago at Balmoral on Saturday night. Post-parade, they came out and they just about went right to the gate because it was freezing cold. And actually, I got a text message from a horseman back in Chicago right before the races started Saturday night, and he told me that they put the pressure on management. I guess that means who's out there? Duke Johnson, Johnny Johnson, one of the Johnsons. They put the pressure on management to run the races faster Saturday night so they could get the hell out of there. That's just what the text message said. We put the pressure on management to run these races faster tonight so we can get the hell out of here. And I guess they did, because they did run them a lot faster than normal. And I guess that might have affected their handle Saturday night. Now, I don't know if it was the cold weather that affected the handle, or if it was taking less time between races and it affected the handle, because they only handled $807,000. $807K they handled Saturday night, opposed to the Saturday before that, on the 7th, they handled $980K, almost $1 million. So their handle was down, what, $173K from the previous Saturday? Now, what was that attributed to? Because people didn't bet the cold weather? No, I don't think so. Everybody's home, sitting behind their nice little in their warm house and watching their computers and betting online. You know, nobody's going out to Balmoral Park anyway. It's a ghost town, whether it's 90 degrees or whether it's 9 below. But something affected that handle that had dropped to $170,000, and I think it's because they didn't take all that time between races to give people a chance to throw more money into the pools. So they'll probably go back to the longer time between races this week. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. You can pressure management all you want. They need to handle cash. They got a bankruptcy. They got to pay back money to the casinos. You know, the very people that are putting them out of business, the casino industry, they got to pay them money. They came in 91 in Chicago with riverboats, and they destroyed harness racing since then. Handle dropped, attendance dropped, everything dropped because casinos came in. Okay? Now, they got to pay them $78 million. After they ruined the harness racing business, casinos, they sued them for the money they got, the impact fee that they say was scammed. Now, they got to pay back $78 million to the casino industry. Yeah! The very industry that's putting harness racing and racing in general, especially harness racing, in the grave. The casino industry. Yeah, everybody wanted casinos. Right, bring in those racinos. Yeah, so that we can race in front of 25 people watching us race. And the handle can be piss poor at Dover, Chester, who else? Pocono, the Meadows, any of those places that got the racinos. Piss poor handle. Yeah, the bettors had no pools to bet into. And the horsemen racing in front of 25, 50 people in the grandstand. But they got racinos there because they got their foot in the door. They use harness racing. And they use the racing industry, not only harness, but they use the racing industry to get their foot in the door so they can have casinos. With the intentions to boot them out later on down the road. We got to get these people out of here. They can't support themselves. We don't need them now. We're in the door. We get on, kill racing. Yeah, let's put the blame where the blame belongs. But everybody wanted it because, all the big shots, they, we're racing. Trainers, owners, drivers. Yeah, we're racing for big purses at Yonkers and Pocono and Chester and wherever else, you know, and some of those purses aren't even as good as we raced for back in the 80s. But they claim they're good because this is 2015, you know. And then Ohio, you know, they got their slots now. Yeah, so their purses went up a few thousand, 2,000, you know. They're not even racing anywhere near what we raced for in the 80s. But they got slots, but they're happy because they're not racing for 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000. Casinos came in and saved us. Yeah, they're going to save you. They're going to put you in the grave, too. You watch and see, pal. Let's tell it like it is. Guys want to put the blame everywhere else. The casino industry has killed horse racing. Just like I said years ago would happen. And that's why I said years ago it's a dead game, laddies, because that's what it was headed for. And sure it is. I posted a picture over there on the DNRS talk forum that I was Sunday night after the first race, while they were waiting for the lights to go on before they did cancel. A horseman sent me a text from Balmoral Park. I guess he was trying to show me how dark because the lights went out, but what it showed me was the clubhouse dead empty, 3-4 people sitting in there. Showed up for the races on a Saturday night. Now how shameful is that? Wow. Wow, that's all I could say. Shameful, disgraceful, hurtful, everything what's happened. What's happened to harness racing and what's happened to harness racing in Chicago. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But anyway, that's what happened Saturday night. And then there was no racing. Then there was no racing on Sunday after they canceled after the first race. I had to head over to Cal Expo. Try to make some bets on 6-horse fields at Cal Expo because I was bored to death Saturday night. Yeah, I was all prepared. I had my water right here on the desk ready to make bets. And Balmoral cashed on some winning DNRS numbers, and they go and cancel. Now I'm bored to death. I had to go over to Cal Expo Sunday night. What am I? Did I say Saturday? I don't even know what I'm saying half the time now. But Sunday night. I had to go over to Cal Expo and bet on some 6-horse fields. Chalks every race, 1 to 5 shots, 1 to 2 shots. Yeah, over there at Cal Expo. Because they don't have no horses there either. Where's all the horses at? I mean, seriously, did they all die? Where are all the horses at? There's 6-horse, 7-horse fields even in Chicago. Where are all the horses at? I mean, I don't get it. It's sickening. I mean, you pick up a program, harness, and all you're looking at is here, Cal Expo. I got it right here. No, this is Saturday night. 6-horse field, 5-horse field, 7-horse field, 6-horse field, 7-horse field, 6-horse field, 7-horse field. Yeah. Balmoral Sunday night. 7-horse field, first race. 6-horse field with an entry in the second race. 8-horse field in the third race. 7-horse field in the fourth race. Fifth race, 9-horse field, scratched horse. It would have been an 8-horse field. 7-horse field in the sixth race. Saturday night cards, these are too. Saturday night cards. Seventh race, 9-horse field would have had another scratch. It would have made it an 8-horse field. 8-horse field in the 8th race. Entry in the 9th race with a 9-horse field. And then a scratch in the last race would have brought it down to 9. That's Sunday night at Balmoral. Wasn't much better Saturday night either, from what I remember. Let's see here. Yeah, first race, 7-horse field. Start off the first race, daily double, 7-horse field. 7-horse field in the second race with a 1 to 2 shot. Ricky Bobby. 7-horse field in the third race, Justice Jet, 4th win in a row, nobody to beat him, no trotters out there, let him race, let him take all the money. 7-horse field. 4th race, 5-horse field. 4th Silky. 4th Silky comes out and wins off the layoff. Of course he was top rated. Playing against a bunch of dogs. I don't care if he was off 6 months. Put him in a swimming pool at the Leonard's farm, train him, put him in the pool, bring him out, and take down that $4,700 first place prize money, win money. Yeah, 5-horse field. 5th race, 7-horse field. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we got to bet on. 7th race, 8-horse field with a scratch, brought it down to 7. 8th race, another entry. 7-horse field with an entry. 9th race, 6-horse field with an entry. Wonderful, wonderful. No wonder why there's no payouts at Balmoral and Chalks. Got no, what you're betting on. But you know what? Nonetheless, I had all the winners. So you got to bet. You got to make something. You got to live with what they give you. I don't know, but it's so depressing and so sickening already. It's just sickening and depressing what's going on. I don't know how much longer I could stand it. I might have to just close it down at the end of 15 and go to thoroughbreds. Start betting thoroughbred numbers. Yeah. At least they got full fields. At least they handle $500,000 a race at Tampa Bay Downs and over at Gulfstream and out here in California. Yeah. But anyway, all right, so that's how it went Saturday night with all those winners and gimmicks for the DNRS numbers. And we can look forward to this week, Thursday night racing. So let's see. What else do we got to talk about here? Oh, yeah. So what is that guy's name? Jason, how do you pronounce it? Settlemore? Stottlemyre? Like the pitcher? I don't know. Settlemore, I guess. He wants to oust Langley. That was in the news the other day. He wants to oust him. He says Langley is over the hill. Basically, that's what he said. I mean, you know, that's what he said. The guy's over the hill. And since he came in as president in 2001 or 3, was it? Racing has been in steady decline. So in other words, he's saying Langley hasn't done jack for the business. Okay? And but I guess that position doesn't. There's no salary involved in that position. But I'm sure they get a big expense account to file over what's Langley in another country or something, attending some conference. You think he's paying for it? The USTA is paying for it. Everywhere he goes, he gets a nice little expense account, almost like having a salary. But anyway, this guy's said he's going to run for president and hopefully oust Phil Langley. Well, Langley's getting up there in the years. I mean, you know. How much longer is this guy going to last? You know, his sound mind and sound body. You know, age catches up with you. You know, look at Ernie Banks in his last days. I was reading an article today about the old Mr. Cub. Yeah, part of contributed to his death was dementia. So he was losing his mind too. What was he, 84? Yeah, you lose your mind. Start forgetting things. I start forgetting things at 63 here. But anyway, I'm still sharp though. I can remember stuff that happened in 1975. But anyway, I like to talk about that. Yeah, I haven't done one of those videos in a long time. My life as a Chicago harness trainer. I might have to do one. Yeah, I think I'll talk about my last year of racing in 98 before I retired and hung up the colors because I was sick of it in Chicago. Sick of the weather, sick of the business, sick of the people, sick of the strikes, sick of the whole nonsense. But I had a great time in 98. I got to talk about that year. Had a good year in 98. A lot of fun things, a lot of funny things to talk about in that year before I retired and moved to Vegas. Yeah, I think I might do one of those videos this next few days or something. But anyway, like I was saying, I was reading an article about Ernie Banks. And, already the guy dies and there's fighting over his will. Yeah. His sons are claiming that his agent scammed and had him change his will and left everything to this agent. Everything, even all the royalties after his death. You know? I mean, what goes on in the world that people do stuff like this? I mean, would Ernie do that to his sons? Leave them nothing? Give it all to the agent? No, people in my opinion, people use people, they start losing their mind, they talk them into doing things they wouldn't normally do. So that's going to be a big, drawn-out court battle over Big Ern's will. I guess he's worth a few million or some millions, plus all of his name, the promotions, and what they're going to use his name for as years go on, and what they're going to make money off of on the old Mr. Cub name. So that's another battle. Sickening, disgusting, just like the price of gas. Hey, you notice gas going up again? That's another scam. Other crooks go to jail. Crooks go to jail, but these oil companies and all these people that run the oil industry, they just get away with crime every year. They scam people. It's the biggest scam that ever lived. We're going to drop the prices in the wintertime because nobody's driving anywhere. It's below zero all over, snow up the ass. So people aren't leaving their house. They're homebound in the Midwest and on the East Coast and all that in the wintertime. Okay? And, you know, even out on the West Coast where it's beautiful and sunny, you know, that's the only place that, you know, people still get out of the house. because of the weather on the West Coast. But you know what? Everywhere, mostly everywhere else in the United States, everybody's housebound. So we're going to drop the price of gas. That's what we drop. And we make it look good, okay? We're going to bring it down to $2, $2.10, $2.20 a gallon. But as soon as the weather starts getting better, we're going to start jacking the price up. Went up over here. It was down to like $2 a gallon out here. It's up to $2.50 already. In the last 2 weeks, every day you go to drive past the gas station, up 10 cents, up a nickel, up 4 cents. Well, not 10 cents. They usually do a nickel. They'll go nickel at a time. 4 cents to a nickel. They keep raising it up. So we're going to get it back up over $3. Springtime, summertime's come. We're going to get back up over $3. Then we're going to feed the bullshit to the American public about the reason gas is going up is because of this in the Middle East and that, and here, there, and there. And an oil rig blew up. Yeah. They give a bullshit, brainwash people, bullshit excuses why gas is going up. Why don't you just say, yeah, we're scamming you again? Yeah, get ready, you're going to pay for gas. Because this is how we make our millions and how us CEOs and all of us, we live high on the hog. Yeah. Go fill your car up for $100 now. Yeah. Cost you $40 a few months ago, but too bad. We're going to get you now. Yeah, it's all a scam. All a scam. Everything is a scam. But anyway, so guys running against Langley. We'll see what happens. Hey, you guys ever go on the website, the One Stop Harness Racing, onestopharnessracing.com/ultimate harness racing? The homepage there, and there's all the click on the names of horsemen to have Twitter accounts. You ever do that? I do that. I go there and click on the Twitter accounts, pass some time, see what they're rattling about on Twitter, because I don't tweet. I'll do videos. I'll tweet this way. But anyway, what's the deal? I used to go on Cassie Coleman's Twitter. And they used to talk. She used to make. What is her Twitter account become? A fitness? For fitness now? That's all there is on there. Is tweeting about because let's give her credit. She lost a lot of weight. She's getting healthy, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's super. But this is supposed to be a horseman's Twitter account, isn't it? And you click on Casey Coleman's Twitter account now, and all it is Quest Nutrition, female fitness, personal trainer 121 trainer. Personal 121 trainer. I don't know who is this. This person does nothing but tweet. Okay? Is this her personal trainer? Fitness tips and quotes. Sexology. If you make a girl laugh, she likes you. But if you make a girl cry, she loves you. Oh, okay. Okay. And then you just keep scrolling down, and a fitness motivation. Okay, fitness girls, fitness tips and quotes, fitness life, sexology again, whoever that name is, healthy motivation, personal trainer, 121, personal trainer, and personal trainer, fitness girls, I don't see nothing here tweeted about harness racing. Nothing. I mean, her site, she doesn't tweet about her stable, her barn, races, this, that, what's going on. It's all about fitness now. Someone took over her Twitter account, and they just want to talk about fitness. Well, you know what? I don't know how many people are reading these tweets and are going to, become fitness gurus, okay? I think they want to click on there to see what Cassie has to say about her stock, her races, her babies, or something like that maybe. So, it's become a fitness Twitter account for Casey, it looks like. But anyway, hey, to each their own. I'm not going to listen to a personal trainer telling me. I'm going to go do a Dr. Schultz, not the foot doctor, okay? I'm talking about the herbal Dr. Schultz. I think that's how you say Schultz. How do you spell? Yeah, I do a detox once, twice a year. Detox the organs. Keep those babies detoxed and drop weight at the same time while you're detoxing. Mm-hmm. That's what I'll do to feel good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Detox that colon, that liver, which is the most important organ in your body, and the kidneys. Detox those. Once, should do it 4 times a year really, but twice a year, even once a year. Get that program and detox. And then tell me how you feel. Don't believe it. Run to doctors. Put them on, run to the doctor. Let them get you on medication. Screw up your whole system. And everything's screwed up. Yeah. Hey, how about Doyle Brunson? How about Doyle Brunson catching some steam for tweeting that Bruce Jenner's not his hero anymore? Yeah, some people were all over Doyle because he, tweeted his feelings. He said, hey, he's not my hero no more. Because of what old Brucey's going to do. Become a woman. To each their own. That's his business. But hey, why can't you speak? Why can't people speak their true feelings anymore without people coming down on them for what your feelings and your views of life and society are? If you don't feel that, you got to go pat people on the back. A man wants to become a woman, you got to pat him on the back and say, oh, I don't know, if that's what he wants to do, I'm all behind him for it. You can't just say, boy, I don't agree with that. What's going on here? Why do people do that? He's not my hero no more, like Doyle did. People come down on you, so you might as well, you got to keep your mouth shut these days. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing about your true feelings. Hey, to each their own. Feel what you want to feel. If you think I'm some kind of dumbass like Honest and Balanced Terry calls me dumb, ignorant, dumb and idiot, then fine. Go ahead, call it to me. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. And even sticks and stones won't break my bones. Because I'm not. You come at me with some sticks and stones. Huh. I'll knock your nuts off the side of your face. Go ahead. So anyway, that takes care of that one. Now I want to talk about real quick here about an email. I'm going to check an email that I got here. I think it was early last week or something. Some gentleman sent me an email, and let me click on here and find it. Alright, guy sends me an email. His name is Mark. He says, hi Dan, I'm writing to tell you what the USTA has been doing to me because I watch your YouTube videos and I enjoy them. Well, thank you, Mark. I'm glad you do. I have been developing an online jockey and harness racing driver free contest because I used to groom harness horses when I was younger, and I would like to promote the sport because I still enjoy watching the races. The problem I have been having with the USTA is every time I post on their Facebook harness racing fan zone page asking people to try my free contest, they take it down. It makes no sense because I'm trying to promote the sport, and this does not have any commercial purpose. Anyway, I really enjoy your YouTube videos, and I hope all is well. Mike, I won't say his last name. Alright. I'm sorry about your luck, Mike. What are you going to do? You're dealing with the USTA. Why do they want to take your post down to promote? You're saying you're trying to promote harness racing and whatever you're doing here with this site. It seems like a good thing. Why they're taking it down and don't want anybody to know about it is beyond me. And unless they got ties into something similar and they don't want anybody going to your site to take part in what you got going. But you know what? You're dealing with the USTA, and that's how it is. So, I don't know what else to say to you except you tried, and if it doesn't work out, you can always say, hey, you tried, Mark. But, the USTA is the USTA. Just like the USTA prior to 1991 didn't keep trainer stats. And I never knew that until I found that out probably, I don't know what it was, several years ago, 4, 5, 6 years ago, to talk about it when I was posting at BetUsVegas.com and on Barn to Wire when I was still posting on Barn to Wire. And I found out that the USTA didn't keep trainer stats prior to 1991. So all the wins that all the trainers had before 91 were not kept record of. So all those wins the trainers didn't get credit for. Like me, for example. Because my golden years were in the 80s. Okay? And in the 90s, piss poor. My heart wasn't even in the game in the 90s. And I didn't have a lot of stock. Didn't care about in the 90s. But 80s were my golden years, where all my hundreds of wins piled up. But I never got credit for them, according to the USTA. According to the USTA, I won 46 races in the 90s. Lifetime wins, 46 races. Yeah, okay. Well, guess what, USTA? Those win pictures I got down there, close to 500, all right? I got the proof that I won those races in Chicago and other places. Yeah. And I had guys writing stuff at Barn to Wire and on trash sites that I only won 46 races and all that. Yeah, okay. Stop by Baronet Drive someday. We'll sit down and look at my win pictures, okay? And we'll see if I won 46 races. You can only wish that you won as many races that I did. But anyway, that's what the USTA does. They don't keep trainers there. And you know what? I called the USTA when I found that out. I called the USTA up. Now, this is how ignorant people are. Okay, and they don't even know who they're talking to. I didn't tell them who I was. This is how these people are that work in these offices. They don't even know how to talk to people right. So I call the USTA up. Get some girl on the phone, and whatever, what department do they call that? Statistics or whatever. So I call up and some woman answers, and I say, "Hi, can you? I found out that you guys didn't keep trainer stats prior to 1991." And she goes, "No, we didn't." And I go, "Well, can I ask you why?" And she tells me, she says, "Because at that time, the only people that really mattered to us in the business were the drivers." Are you kidding me that she would actually say that to me? The only people that mattered to the USTA prior to 1991 to keep statistics on were the drivers. So in other words, you trainers, you're meaningless to us prior to 1991. And we felt no need to waste our time to keep records of trainer wins. So I guess Stanley Dancer and all those kind of guys, Regals and all these guys, they didn't get credit either for their wins. Driving wins they got credit for, but they didn't get credit for training wins. Come on. What kind of organization does that? But anyway, that's what they did. So they gypped all the trainers out of wins. So in other words, if a guy's got 1,000 wins now, whom I don't even know, name off the top of my head, there's many of them. If they train some of the old timers that train that are still training, they didn't get credit for all the wins prior to 1991. So they got really they got more wins. If they say they have 1,000 wins, they might have 2,000 or 1,500. But they're not going to get credit for that because they didn't keep stats. They don't know what they did. Well, you know what? They should all walk into the USTA if they got all their win pictures like I did. Most of them I got. Walk into the USTA and say, drop them down on their counter and say, "Hey, here's the proof I won these races. Now give me credit." How about doing that? Forget it. Wasted. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares what people won, what they didn't win. Okay? And keep track of the drivers. That's all that matters in the business. Owners bust out. Trainers come and go. Trainers are all labeled cheats, by people. Who cares what people think? They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. They think they do, but they don't. But anyway, Mark, once again, I'm sorry about your luck. But thanks for the email. All right, so let's move on here. What else can we talk about going on? I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Let's do our our thing over here and shoot over to Barn to Wire and see if there's anything interesting going on. Oh my God. Users online. There are only 4 users online right now at Barn to Wire. 4 users. 4 people, 4 members are online. Only. What is happening to the forum? What happened? Okay. Well, there's 65 guests. They always have guests viewing. People go. Like me. I go there. I view. Anyway, let's click on it and see what's going on. If there's anything that we can address. We talked about that last week, about Monticello gets into the 21st century. Not going to click on that. Okay, Miami Valley Monday. Oh, here's Sandra Lill. Got to be pounding somebody or something. This guy, he's I got to put down harness racing. I got to put down harness racing somehow, some way, 16 to 20 times a day on Barn to Wire. God knows if he's anywhere else, I don't know. But anyway, let's see what that's about. Race 1, the winner paid $280. In race 2, the winner pays $67. The daily double pays $37. The daily double pays $37 with a $67 horse in this. That's what I'm talking about. How can you bet these racino tracks? How can you bet them? You gotta say, I'm going home and never coming back. If you have a double with a $67 horse and the thing pays $37, I don't give a crap if the horse paid $280 in the first race. $67? No wonder. But you know, then again, there's no money being handled too. That's another factor. But this is what I'm talking about. But they're racing out there for higher purses at Miami Valley because they got slot machines. So Josh Sutton and all those guys, you know, Dan Nobles left Chicago and went out back to Ohio. Brent Holland left New York to go back to Ohio to drive. He's going to drive at Miami Valley rather than Yonkers. Now why? I don't know. Maybe because he doesn't get that many drives at Yonkers anymore. How come he doesn't drive for Blumenfeld anymore? His man Blumenfeld that he went there with. How come he doesn't drive for Blumenfeld anymore? They get into it or what happened? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't get that many drives. But he'd rather drive at Miami Valley for $10,000, $8,000, $6,000, $5,000 than driving Yonkers for $35,000, $20,000, $15,000, $18,000, $17,000, $21,000. Yeah, Brent. He's going to go back to Ohio. He's going back to his home state. But I heard he lives in Texas. I think Brent lives in Texas. So I don't know where he's at. So anyway, slot-infused purses, drivers, trainers, they don't care. They don't care what's in the pools, how many people are watching. They're racing for more money, and they figure they can make a living. All right, so that's that. Got ripped off on the daily double, all the gamblers. Go home and never come back. Anyway, how come harness racing doesn't have stories like Metaboss or Jim Rome? I don't know. I don't care. Not clicking on it. The Super High Five pays $146 at Pompano. Really? Well, it's one of those jackpot high fives. It got up that high? Something tells me I don't believe it got up that high. It's only a 20-cent bet, I think, there. And I think it's going to take a long time for those pools. What do they put in? $1,000, $500, $1,500 into that bet? How could the pool get up to $146,000? I bet you it was more like, because they base everything on $1 or $2 payoffs when they try to fool the public, you know. So if that's the case here, which I'm not saying it is, maybe there was $146,000. I don't know. I don't bet the place. I don't need to bet Rick Plano down there. But anyway, and I don't follow it. But I'm willing. I bet you that's based on a $2 or a $1 payout, maybe. And nobody really won $146,000. Probably more like $14,000. So maybe we'll find out later on. So whoever hit it, whether it's 146 or 14 or 7, congratulations to them. They took down the whole pool. All right, so that's that topic. Andy Miller, 1,400 views and 59 replies. So they're going to town on Andy. Let's see, what's that about? Enough is enough of this guy already. Oh, well, somebody's putting him down, I guess. That's the topic. That's the guy that put the topic up. And Pigland won. Pigland, he says, well said. But Pigland, see, he's against everybody. He's against the whole harness racing industry. Everybody's a crook. Everybody's no good. Everybody's this. Everybody's this. Well, you know what? Guess what? You got more problems, Pigman, to worry about than these harness things. You know what I'm talking about. You got more problems to worry about because of what you want to do, what you wanted to do years ago on forums. You got some problems. So don't put down Andy Miller. Okay? Worry about yourself and what you're doing there in Albany, New York, Piggy. And there should be a lot of other people that have the same problem as you have. And maybe they will someday. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, guy wants to put down Andy Miller for some reason. I'm not clicking on the topic. I don't want to read about it because they're always, no matter how good you are, what you accomplish in life, who you are, somebody's always wanting to put you down and discredit you and slander you maybe. Okay? Because that's how people are in the world. Brutal. Anyway, let's move on. USTA announced WHHC free online qualifiers. Yeah, that's a good thing. They're going to have those free contests where you can maybe win an entry into the Meadowlands contest in April. So everybody get out there, sign up, horsetourneys.com, and play the free contest. And I'm going to play and I'm going to try. It's hard to win it because no matter how good you do, somebody always does better in these contests. When you think that you're the top guy, somebody beats you out by $5. I don't care if you're in a thoroughbred contest here in Vegas or you're in a harness contest. No matter how good you do, somebody always does better. That's what a man said to me one time at the thoroughbred handicapping contest that we always go to out here in Vegas. Yeah, that was his statement. No matter how good you do, somebody always does better. But anyway, best of luck to you to try to get qualified for that Meadowlands contest. If I should get lucky and win it, which I'm not counting on doing, no matter how many winners I have, okay? And of course, you know, guys get in there and sign up under 12 different names, you know, and well, maybe not them, but they'll get their brother, uncle, sisters, nephews, grandkids, this one, anybody eligible, they'll get them all to sign up, and they'll say, let's all sign up, and we'll put them in, we'll put the tickets in, and you know, and then if anything happens, well, one of us will go to the, you know, whoever wins will go to the finals, and whatever we win, we'll split it up. We'll split it up. Now, there's all a scale on everything. You can't just put one entry in. Just go on, do it. If you win, you win. That's what I do. But anyway, Meadowlands, Balmoral, Yonkers, Pompano, Cal Expo, Miami Valley, or whoever else, I don't know. But there it is, the contest. Good luck to you. Okay, slot revenue up 5% in January 2015, Pennsylvania. All right, so, well, of course, people are, you know, where are they going to go? It's freezing cold. They're going to go to a nice warm casino, have a few cocktails, and pound the machines. We'll see how Handle is when the weather gets good and people want to be outside and going around, you know. Handle's, they cry that they lose millions, but yet slot revenue up 5%. They brag about that, but then next month you'll read about, we lost millions. Pompano Monday. The guy likes putting up the Pompano, you know, for the races on Monday. Don't click on that. Eric Potters put up another post for the bankruptcy court case number. I don't even know. Let's see if there's anything worth looking at from my man Eric Potters. A notice of motion and motion to approve entry of confidentiality order filed. Okay, well, whatever. Well, why? I mean, seriously, does anybody really care what they're filing day in and day out? Who cares? You know? I don't think anybody really cares what they're filing. It's going to go through the courts, and whatever happens, happens. But why do the people got... There's 9 replies. That just goes to show you. 9 replies. And probably Eric Potters has 8 of them. Let me see. Eric, Kelly Tuck. Oh, that's Deborah Corson. She couldn't hide that from me. I think I'm the one that busted her out. Kelly Tuck Gregg. So she goes under the screen name Kelly Tuck. Deborah Corson. Former wife of Marty Corson. Okay, so Kelly Tuck and Sandra Lill. The guy's probably bashing something. Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, he says, hey, Ms. Rocks for brains. I guess he's talking about Corson. Things mean it's a dead game, Hattie. See, here's a guy that takes my saying, okay, that I used to say it's a dead game, laddies. So he's going to try to act like, you know, he came up with something, or whatever his motive is here, and say it's a dead game, Hattie. Yeah, okay, Hattie. Shove Hattie up your ass. It's a dead game, laddies. That's the saying. That's my saying. You want to steal it and change the word, go ahead. Can anyone follow any of this, Deborah Corson asks? When is the next hearing? What's the difference, Debbie? Who cares? You're not going to be able to do nothing about anything. Let Eric Potters post all these cases and links to the government site and all that. Go ahead. All right, so that's it. Eric Potters will continue to post bankruptcy updates. Eric likes to investigate everything and everybody. You know, he can do that because he's a very smart person. Got to hand that to Eric Potters. Very intelligent guy. He'll track people down. He'll investigate and he'll do stuff. He got into it with Janine here on Barn to Wire several years back, and he investigated her. Went knocking at her door out there in East Chicago, Indiana, pounding on her door or something because she did something to him. He got ticked off, boy. I can't even remember what it was about. But yeah, he investigated her. Went to the police station and dug up some dirt on Janine. Whatever that was about. This guy, you gotta watch Eric. Gotta watch Mr. Potters. Don't tick him off. He'll crawl up your ass with a microscope. Anyway, gamblers ordered by judge to return $1.5 million in winning at a casino. Let's see what that's about. A judge, Mr. All-Powerful. This is what you got to do. Oh, okay. So, guy won some a million or whatever, 1.5 million, and the cards were unshuffled. So the judge says the cards weren't shuffled, so you got to return the money. Oh, okay, so the guy's out 1.5 million because the casino didn't shuffle the cards. Casinos get away with everything. They can do no wrong. Courts always back the casinos. Judges probably got paid off. Anyway, okay, Balmoral Sunday night. All right. I guess they're talking about the Sunday night race in there, which I already talked about, and we all know the lights went out, and then the TVs went out, and technical problems, and blah, 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 and they didn't know what was happening, but I did because I get text messages from horsemen back in Chicago telling me what's going on. So I'm up to date right away. I knew what was happening before it even happened. Before it even canceled, I knew they were canceling because they said they were canceling. The text message said. All right, so that's what that was. They was only talking about what happened in Balmoral Sunday night. And then Burton's Meadowlands handicapping for Saturday. I'm not even going to click on it and see how Burton does, how Burton did. Most of the time, we all know Burton doesn't pick too many winners. Once in a while he does, and I'll give him credit for those he does pick. Even though years ago, he was one of the people that were on my list as, boy, I'd like to meet this guy, find out who he is, all the stuff he's saying about me on Barn to Wire, all the lies he's posting, the comments he's making, I'd like to find out who this guy is. But you know what? After somebody busted out his name Okay, found out who he was, Richard McDermott. Okay, after, you know, whoever, I know who it was. I'm not even going to give the guy credit or mention his name. The guy, for some reason, because he digs into everybody too, like Potters, crawls up your ass with a microscope if he can. He busted out Burton as to who his true identity was, how he did it, I don't know. And it was posted on here. Okay, he busted him out. And even after I found out what his name was, I thought to myself, I don't want to bother with the guy. The guy's a... Forget it. He's an old bust-out Chicago owner. Did nothing but make comments about me and my family, okay, and said all the things he said because he thought he could never be found out. We thought he was this one. This guy thought he was that one. This guy thought he was this guy, but he was never none of them. He was Richard McDermott. So well, found out who he was. Who cares? Now he shuts his mouth basically because everybody knows who he is. Who cares who he is? Let him go pick his Meadowlands and his Woodbine and the Mohawk selections and have fun posting on Barn to Wire. Okay, he even trashed Racetrack Phil back when he first started posting because Phil was our owner and our friend, and he made some trashy comments. But then later on down the road, Burton decided that he's going to become friends with Racetrack Phil on there, and he's going to befriend them and talk nothing but good about Phil after he bashed the shit out of him. Go back in the posts in the archives on Barn to Wire, and you can find Burton talking crap about Racetrack Phil. But anyway, forget it. It's all in the past and nonsense. I don't want to deal with none of that anymore. But my memory's good. I don't forget nothing. Anyway, Pocono Downs raises stall rent to $300 a month. Are you kidding me? They charge stall rent at Pocono $300 a month? With the purse structure, it's still worth the money, factoring in shipping. Farms are better, yet the barn area is usually filled to capacity. I don't care what the purses are, okay? The purses are not much better than we raced for in the 80s, okay? 20 claimers went for $10,000 in the 1980s in Chicago. I guarantee you 20 claimers at Pocono are right around the same, okay? Free-for-all used to go for $40,000 in Chicago. Okay, I guarantee you they're about this. It doesn't. We never paid stall rent in Chicago. Okay, they never charged for stall rent. All of a sudden, these track owners are going to charge for stall rent because they got to remove manure and do whatever they got to do. So they're going to charge people for stall rent. That's absurd. You're putting on the show for these tracks. Okay, providing the show. They're supposed to provide you a stall and a track to train on. That's what they're supposed to do. That's the way it always was back in the days when harness racing went on. Alright? Now they want to charge people stall rent, or they want to close the backsides down, like the Meadowlands and Yonkers and wherever else, and force people to go to farms or to pay stall rent at some training facility. It's all horrible what they've done. Okay? Tracks, they run a meet, provide stalls, and provide a racetrack for people to train on. Bottom line. $300 a month for stall rent? Who's paying that? The owners are paying it. Trainer's going to bill them. Stall rent, April, $300. Paddock, $50. Yeah. Yeah. The owners get billed for it. So trainers don't care. They're not paying for it. Bill the owners. Hell, I was paying $150 a horse at Books when I used to stable at Books Farm. But that included hay, feed, and bedding. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. It was $300 a month for stall rent at Books per horse. But it included bedding, hay, and feed. Yeah, so look at there. What's he really getting for the stall? For Red was providing all that. He's getting maybe $100. It maybe cost him. He grew his own hay. Okay, so he had to eat the hay that he grew on the farm, which I have to say it wasn't that good. But anyway, it was all right. But he had the grain, and he used sawdust. He used to have a big load of semi-load of sawdust dumped once a month. That cost him maybe $200 a load. It would last the whole month for the whole barn. 18 stalls. But Red was probably profiting $150 after he provided all that for people. Got to hand it to Red. He didn't rip people off at his farm. And it was a nice track out there. One of the best farm tracks in the state of Illinois. He built with bank turns and everything. Charging for stall rent at racetrack. That is absurd. I hate it. Hate it. I can't stand what I read sometimes. I just think it's wrong. Just think it's wrong. All right. But this guy, Homestretch, my man Homestretch, he thinks fair deal. Med's handle falling. Okay. Did we talk about that last time? This weekend, no, he put this up for this past weekend. This weekend last year, 6 million total for Friday and Saturday. Last year it was 6 million for Friday and Saturday. This year, 4.9 million. That's right. Handle's going to drop, like I said. A lot of factors. You're going to have the kind of racing with 8 trot races, 7 trot races on the card. You better expect your handle to drop. Okay? You better expect that when you're carding that many trot races on a card. But Gorell loves trotters. He owns trotters, and he thinks everybody else likes trotters. So I own the racetrack. Listen, what's his name? Koch? Listen, write trot races. So I got too many trots at the Meadowlands. Plus, like I said, a lot of guys have left and gone offshore for rebates. Okay, not the guys that Gorell made the deal with the cartels to give him these huge rebates so that they pump money into his pools. I'm talking about the other guys around bet on websites and bet here in the United States where they cut rebates off, so they went offshore to get their rebate. The guys offshore. So they're betting offshore where the money doesn't go in the pool, so that's another reason why the handles drop in. How do you like those apples? Alright. Here's the odds. Here's the Vegas odds on 2015 Major League Baseball. Alright, let's see what we got here. I didn't even go, I live here and I didn't even check it yet. The Nationals, 6-1 to win the World Series. Let's see what the Cubs and Sox. White Sox are only 15-1 to win the World Series, and the Cubs are 16-1. Ho ho! Can it happen, laddies? Hey, can the White Sox and the Cubs get to the World Series at 15-1 and 16-1? We shall see what we shall see. Okay, where's the Cubs at to win the National League pennant? They're only 8-1 to win the pennant. White Sox 7-1 to win the pennant. Dodgers are picked second. 13-2. I don't know where that came from. 13-2. Never saw odds like that before. But anyway, they think it's Dodgers, Nationals, the casinos. They got all the inside dope. They're the best. They're the best with making odds. Nationals and the Dodgers and the Angels and the Red Sox. Those are the ones that are saying that have the best chance of winning. But there's always a sleeper in there. And some guy gets paid large money that goes in there and bets on Kansas City Royals to win the pennant. Makes large. We'll see what happens. All right. We talked about Hoosier Park opening in less than 2 months away. You don't want to talk about... Oh, saw Lou Pena at Maywood Friday. 1,000 views, old Louie. Louie's got 1,000 views because his name is mentioned. Got 1,000 views. Let's see what we could pound Louie on this time. Probably, right? Let's see what we could say bad about Louie. Burton put the topic up. Wow, 32 replies. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what old Burton had to say. Burton haven't been to Maywood in a few years. Oh, wow, Burton. My group lost one of his friends last year to cancer, and we pledged to get together more often, and we went to Maywood for the races last night. Had a table in the clubhouse for the night, and lo and behold, we see Lou Pena at the table with 3 other guys. They stuck out as they had short-sleeve shirts on. It was very cold in Chicago yesterday. Didn't see them interact with anyone else, horsemen, etc. I haven't followed if he is down his trainer anywhere, but it was weird seeing him. Well, I don't know why he was in Chicago. I heard he was out at Cal Expo, and I can't remember he wasn't listed as trainer on everything, but someone told me, I don't know, I can't remember the name now, was down as trainer for some horses Louis got out at Cal. So I thought Louis was at Cal. Why he was doing it in Chicago? Maybe he's looking to buy something. I don't know what he was doing there. But he was there. As far as I haven't seen him down as trainer, well, let's see. Gorell won't let him race at the Meadowlands. Yonkers won't let him race except for stake races like he did last year. Pocono is closed. Chester is closed. And I don't know if he's allowed to race anywhere else that is racing. So he basically races out east at Pocono and Chester. And they're not racing. So Louis is down right now. But I'm sure you'll see Louis racing with his name as trainer at Pocono and Chester for sure. Okay? Because he can race there. Where else? I don't know. But anyway, okay, this guy makes a comment here. The blackjack dealer from out east, Barry's Melrose Mullet, the blackjack dealer, he made a comment, maybe he's looking for an 8-claimer to have a real joke with. So there's a dig. He's more or less saying, like, Louis can find an 8-claimer and make him into a real joke, like the horse he had years ago that he claimed and he made into a monster, you know, because everybody thought he's using something. Well, it was never proven that he used anything. So where's the proof that he used anything? Was he using... What's this now? Send this to voicemail too. Nonsense phone calls. It was never proven he was using anything. But, you know, everybody assumed he was, and everybody thinks that, and that's the way they think, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. Maybe he was using herbal medications from Dr. Schultz. That I see that they're now selling a lot of herbal medications for horses now. You can buy, I saw some advertisement on a website somewhere where you can buy all these supplements that are all herbal, and they, you know, it's all natural. So there's no positives and nothing. But you can kill pain. You can, do work on the blood. You can vitamin, everything for the system. Yeah. Maybe that's what Louis was using, and everybody else was too stupid to know that you can use herbal medications that are all natural and keep horses healthy and sound that way. Nah, that's not a possibility, though. He had to have some magic potion somewhere that he got a hold of in Mexico or somewhere in another foreign country that he got a hold of that nobody knew about, and he was juicing them up with this magic potion. Couldn't be anything else. He couldn't have been using all natural herbal products. No. He had to be cheating. But they could never find a positive, and they could never do nothing. But they tried to come up with some scam, and pull vet records to try to get him that way. But that didn't hold up in court because that was frivolous too. Because if you pulled any vet records from any trainer, they would all have the same shit that he was using on it. 2 days out, 3 days out, the day before. Pull everybody's vet records then and see. With that nonsense that they try to pull with that. I got vet records from Eric Ledford here in my garage from 1999 when he was training for me after I retired from training. I'll pull those vet records out and show that his vet was given the horses stuff the day of the race, day before the race, 2 days out, this, that, Banamine, this thing, that thing, whatever, same shit. What was that trying to prove? The vet gave it to him. The vet knows when you can give it, 2 days out, 24 hours out. Oh, this will go through, so we'll give it the day of, because there's no test for this. See, the vet tells the trainer that. That's what the vets do. Take it from me, I know. I trained for 20 years. See, back in the day, we could use Banamine in Chicago. The day of, we could use Banamine. Try using Banamine today. But back in the day, in the 80s, you could use Banamine, painkiller. The day of the race, 5 cc's. Day before, 10 cc's. Go right through the box. And every trainer, Jim Dennis, Roger Davino, Dan Nance, Joe Blow, this guy, that, every trainer used Banamine the day of the race. Because they allowed it, evidently. I don't know. The vets know what to give. The trainers don't know shit half the time. But you people don't know that. You gamblers out there, and all you people that don't know nothing about the business, don't know. The vets know. The vets control everything. The trainer asked the vets, are you sure that I'm not going to get in trouble? No problem. And the vets make tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars in vet bills off owners from a stable. Okay? They make large walking around. They never get in trouble when a horse comes up positive accidentally. The trainer gets slammed. Yeah. And I guarantee it. When there's a positive test, a horse comes up positive, I guarantee 98% of the time it's the vet's fault. Okay? You heard it from me, Dan Nance, who trained for 20 years. Nonsense stuff that I read. People don't know nothing about what goes on. They should suspend, half the vets should be suspended if you want to know the truth about it. Anyway, he saw Lupini at Maywood. And as I read down, just scan down here, they start bashing the guy too. Calling him that he had burritos. He was in a buffet line eating burritos, because Lou's Mexican, so they got to throw comments in him about him, eating burritos at Maywood in a buffet line, and all that. So, same old nonsense, same old nonsense. Got to put a guy down. But that's what people like to do, because that's how people are. All right. So let's move on. I'm not going to go past page 1, and I'm almost down to the bottom. The New York Mets. Are we handicapping tonight? Guess not. Back then, there's 56 replies, so somebody was joining in on that topic. Anyone know who Ronald Adams is? No, I don't. Illinois Race Days. What's that about? By Dan Quaid. Dan Quaid. Wasn't that the guy running for president one time? I see Yonkers is racing 1.25 mile trots in the daytime to capture the French audience, and their handles have been huge. Really? Really? On Sunday their handles have been huge? Not from what I saw when I click on the pools. I haven't seen no huge. Okay, let's see if I'm wrong. I'm gonna go to the Yonkers website, and I'm gonna pull up their handle on Sundays. And I want to see if Mr. Quaid is right or if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong. All right? So let's just go see where these handles are on Sundays. I don't even remember them racing on Sunday the last few weeks. But let's see when they did race. And let's see what the handles were. So I'm almost there, guys. Okay? Because I got to access this computer right in front of me, boy. We fly. High-speed internet, it's called. High-speed internet. And it's high speed. All right. Let's click on entries and results. Okay, here we go. Sunday results. Oh, January 11th, Sunday. Okay, let's see what they had here. Oh, their handles are huge on Sunday. They raced 12 races and they handled 440,000. Where, Mr. Quaid, are the handles huge on Sundays? Maywood outhandles this track. With all their highfalutin horses and top-notch drivers and trainers. $440,000. That's not a huge handle. Okay? January 11th, 2015. Now let's go back to another Sunday. And let's see if they handled anything better than that. I can't go back past that day. They don't have no... Oh. Archive results calendar. Here it is. What did I say? That was the 11th? Oh, gee, they haven't raced since January there, right? So let's go back to January. Results. Oh, that's... Come on, where are these results at? Can I go back? Oh yeah, here. Yeah, okay, no, they didn't race. They raced Sunday, January 11th. And they didn't race on the 18th or the 4th. The 14th, they didn't race on the 4th. They didn't race on the 18th. They didn't race on the 25th. And they didn't race on the... So where did they race? Okay, so I can't go back. But anyway, there's no handle. The last time they raced on a Sunday, there was no handle. So what is the guy talking about? Well, where do people come up with these kind of comments? All right? So he's wrong on that issue. Why doesn't Illinois think about racing their Balmoral cows on Sunday and Monday night? They race on Sunday night, Monday night, they stopped that when, because of Monday Night Football, plus they stopped that because they figured everybody, there's not that much handle on Monday because everybody is busted after the weekend and they spend their whole paychecks on whatever they're doing, gambling, going out to the movies, going out to dinner. Most people are busted come Monday and they're going back to work and waiting until their next paycheck on Friday or whenever they get it to go out on the weekend. So that's why they stopped racing on Monday night. They can race their Saturday card on Sunday nights and their Sunday card on Monday. Oh, that's smart. Race on a Monday night. Sunday, where you got no competition from nobody, scrap Sunday nights where they handle a nice handle on Sundays. Okay, average 70, 80,000 a race or whatever it is. But go to Monday nights when nobody bets on a Monday. That's a stupid idea right there. All right? And as far as moving a Saturday night card to Sundays, oh yeah, he wants to move Saturday to Sundays. Scrap Saturday night racing. Oh, that would be great. Scrap Saturday night racing. Oh yeah. Well, then maybe we can go out to a movie and go eat a dinner for $200 and have no Chicago racing on a Saturday night. I mean, I don't know where people come up with these ideas. Yeah, people love betting the mile track. That's right. That's why Balmoral's handle is what it is, even with the product that they have. And racing on those nights would drastically improve the handle, in my opinion. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. The handle will be good on Sunday. Monday nights it'll be shit, like it used to be shit on Tuesdays at Balmoral. Okay, when they raced on Tuesdays, if you remember that. All right? Okay, this guy writes, as I've been saying, let's lengthen our harness races to 1 1/16 for starters. And see if that spreads the betting through more positions. No, go Yonkers. Yonkers don't handle nothing. They tried the 1 1/16 races. It's a bust. No harness handicapper likes trying to handicap a 1 1/16 race. First of all, you don't get the proper information, okay? I mean, the Harness Eye is the only publication at 1 1/16 races that they will give you the quarter, the half, the 3/4, the time at the mile, and then the finish of the race at 1 1/16. So then maybe, like me, when I used to handicap Yonkers, I could at least get an idea where the horse was at the 3/4 pole. I mean, I'm sorry, at the mile. What his mile time was. But you go to a program, a regular program, they don't give you that. Trackmaster doesn't even give you that, I don't think. They don't give you that information. So harness handicappers like to handicap mile races. They don't like those long distance miles. Okay, and why did the Meadowlands drop the distance races if they were so popular and so great? They weren't popular and great because nobody likes those distance races. This is not thoroughbred racing. This is a harness racing. Okay? Get that through your heads already. With this nonsense. Let's go to 1 1/16, 1 1/4, 1 1/2. Yeah, okay. That's not going to help whatsoever. All right, so that's what that topic was about. As we go down to the bottom here, Buffalo Weekly Recap. Okay, Brian Jaco does his Buffalo Weekly Recap, and he got 1 reply and 86 views. Nobody cares about Buffalo. Nobody cares. And then Woodbine Handicap in Burton, he had 7 replies and 237 views to his Woodbine selections last weekend. Guess nobody really cared about those either. Pocono Downs lets the customers down again. Okay, what did they do? Because this is the last one in the bottom of the page. No Meadowlands or no California T-Breds in Derby prep season. Mismanagement at its finest. Okay, so he's complaining that I guess they're not taking signals or something. There's all kind of problems going on with that nonsense. People aren't getting signals, dropping signals. They're not offering stuff. They're not giving rebates. All kind of stuff going on. So that's about it in the world of harness racing. From last weekend up till now, as you can see. So anyway, this has been a long video, but I have nothing else to do except rattle. And I figured I'd just rattle away and kill some time here. and figure out what's going on for Thursday at Maywood. Harness Eye comes out tomorrow morning, and that's what's going to happen. So until maybe Thursday night, if I do a recap, or somewhere on the weekend, or if I do a My Life as a Trainer video talking about 1998, the last year I trained before I retired, I guess until then, I'll see everybody at that time, and until then, stay warm out east, see what you can do, light up the furnace, turn on the gas stove, the burners in the gas stove, pull down the oven like the people used to do, get asphyxiated and all that kind of stuff. You know, people do all that stupid stuff, and stay warm. It's the best you can do, you know. And time will pass, and before you know it, it'll be baseball season. They'll be throwing out the first pitch, opening day. And we'll see what goes on. So until then, it was nice talking to everybody. We'll see you next time around. Good racing.